I'm Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah, whatever. You probably don't know me because, well, I've really never posted. That doesn't matter. I'm here to share my knowledge and expertise, even though I really don't have expertise, in the watch collection world. Today, I've got a slew of watches here. This is my current collection, and one on my wrist, of course. But don't expect any professional knowledge or anything like that. I mean, I'm only 17, of course. But I've really only been at this watch collection thing for roughly a month in a certain variable. There's different variables, semantics, some might say. But I'm going to start at the very beginning, work my way through. Don't know how long this video is going to be, or even if, you know, I'll get to posting this. Or if I do post it, if it will reach people like you, but hopefully it will. So, we'll just start in chronological order, if I can remember everything along the way. But first up here, oh boy, here we go, down memory lane, is a Timex Expedition, I guess. But it's just a small, see if that'll focus there, Timex Expedition. It's got the Indiglow function on it, so if you know about that, you can squeeze the crown and it'll light up the dial, which I don't have a battery in this, so it doesn't work right now. But like I said, super small. I haven't worn this for years, but I did wear it. You can see some wear and tear. I got this from my grandpa and grandma on my mom's side of the family. If I remember correctly, it was like 9 years ago. I'm pretty sure I was like 8, which would have been around 2015. Which it might have, honestly, it might have been a couple years later, but that doesn't matter. So this was my first watch. And then next up is this one. I'm new to this whole thing. Another Timex Expedition Shock. Definitely a beefier watch there. Which is cool. I like the look of it. I got that around later, 2018, somewhere around there, if I remember correctly. Next up would be a Garmin. I don't remember the name of it, but I just remember it was like kind of a little rectangle. Had like a whatever LCD screen, not like this small one, but bigger, kind of the size of an Apple Watch, but a little bit more oblong. My uncle had one, so then my dad had one, and then I got it from my dad, and I thought it was so cool because my uncle had one, so I could match with him. I wore that for a while, and then I got into Samsung smartwatches. I had a couple of those. I can't remember, was it the Galaxy Active? Whatever it was. Wore that for however long, got the new one. Up until, well, I guess somewhere in between then, in 2021, is when I got this Timex, another Expedition. Shocking. But just honestly, this reminds me of the the Hamilton khaki field Murph. Smartwatches kind of in between there in 2021, maybe like third quarter of 2021 is when I got this Timex Expedition with the green canvas strap. I like the watch. I mean, like I said, it reminds me of a Hamilton khaki field Murph. Honestly, I really didn't wear this that much, and I haven't worn this that much. I mean, it's a great watch. Of course, Timex, I mean, got it at Walmart or Target. But I just haven't really worn it that much. And then, of course, up until March of 2022, I wore a Samsung smartwatch, and then switched from a Samsung phone to an Apple phone. They're called iPhones, Isaiah. iPhones. Apple Watch, Series 7. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, spoiled it. No. I'm sure, I mean, most of you have probably seen an Apple Watch. Series 7, 45mm midnight, color midnight. just GPS, no cellular. But I wore that solid a year and a half until about June of last year, June of 2023. I haven't worn it though for about, let's see, 3 months I have it. But I gotta kind of rewind, because in between those times, in the Apple Watch era, we'll just call it that, this bad boy, this Fossil, which I'm guessing is about 45-ish millimeter, somewhere in there. Quartz watch. This was gifted to me unofficially, officially, from my dad. But like I said, just quartz movement, Fossil watch. Kind of a slate, I'm sure there's a gray color. And as you can see, if you can see it, it's got some wear and tear on the bracelet. Yep. But I remember my dad wearing this years ago, and then, like I said, he gave it to me about March of last year. I've worn that on and off since then. Next watch up is this Movado. This my microphone messed up. This Movado. I should probably make sure my audio is getting picked up. Yes, it is. Movado ESQ. I don't have the name on this bad boy, but just nice, glossy, deep black dial. Another quartz watch. A shiny 3-link bracelet. Steel. So I would say this was, I mean, the Fossil is a nice watch, but this was my first even dressier watch, I would say. And I don't know if my dad ever wore this. He maybe wore some, but it was basically just in its box downstairs. Beautiful watch here. Honestly, it is a beautiful watch. And I've worn it since then. Well, I wore it up until October 3rd of this year, because that's when I got my first mechanical watch, or automatic, whatever. But we'll get into that soon. We're still on this. Yeah, I mean, I love this watch. I wore it, you know, to meetings and dressing up and all that, because it is a good looking watch. It really is. Just how simple it is. Yeah, can't go wrong with this watch. Honestly, don't hate me for this, but in my opinion, it kind of reminds me of a Rolex, like Oyster Perpetual. I actually just seen one in a video before this, with a black dial. And I'm kind of reminded of this watch in different watches. I can't remember other ones, but the Rolex is just the first one that comes to mind, because for some reason it reminds me of it. Next up, another watch gifted to me by my dad. This was another gift that was given to him, which then he passed on to me. This is a Guess. Definitely a solid watch. Steel, if you can see that, it's got a diamond up in the top, below 12 o'clock. It really is a cool watch. I just haven't really worn it much. It has not gotten much at all wrist time, which I suppose I could change that. But like I said, if you can feel it, it's a solid watch. I mean, the bracelet is, I can see myself. There's like 14 of myself looking at me right now. Next up, friends, is this beautiful, let me take it off for you, Seiko 5 sports watch, which really catapulted me right into the slippery slope of watch collecting and the watch world. Seiko 5 sports watch, GMT field watch, whatever you want to call it, with the black dial, GMT function, 5-link bracelet. Of course, it's got the exhibition back right through there, if you can see that. But like I said, this watch really did just throw me right into the mix of watch collecting. I got this October 3rd of this year, just a month ago yesterday. I've worn it almost every day since, possibly every day. Maybe missed a day or two, but just a solid watch. $435 for this bad boy. Walked into, okay, so this is how it went. Last year, October 2023, my birthday, we went to Gunderson's in Omaha, just to look at some watches, because I'd never really, you know, I had these, I wore these, but I never really looked at nicer watches. So we stopped in there and looked at Rolexes, of course. And at the time, Rolex was definitely just out of the equation because I wasn't there yet. I didn't even know that much about watches. And I still am, really, I am new into this. So then they built a new store, Gunderson's in Omaha. You may or may not know of Gunderson's. If you live in the Midwest, you more than likely do. I guess, whatever, moving on. Went to the new store October 3rd of this year. Oh my gosh, it's an amazing store. Jeez. If you can, stop by there when you're in Omaha. It's gonna stop here again soon. But went in there just to look at watches because I hadn't looked at watches for a while. I wanted to get into watches, but it was first just to look at the store, you know, the new store. And so walked in there and was looking at Seiko. I really do. And if I'm honest, by like 2 days after that, I figured out the next watch that I wanted to buy. And it was the Tissot PRX. I know it's become a pretty popular watch. So it was, I don't want to say my decision was fully based off of popularity or trend, because I'm not always the trendiest. But for some reason, I loved the look of it. And it was a next step up, you know, it's a Swiss-made watch. And then I'm not putting down Japanese watches or Japanese movements, and not saying that there's, you know, really good watches with those. I mean, this is a great watch. But I was just excited to, you know, kind of plan out or map out my next watch. And what I did was I set a financial milestone, or goal, or threshold, whatever you want to call it. And I was able to hit that. And so I ended up with the Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 40 millimeter with the navy blue dial. I mean, my favorite color is navy. Look at the wall. But oh my goodness, first time this watch just, it caught my eye the first time I seen it. I actually didn't even see it the first time I seen it. Is it focusing on that? The light's kind of there. Oh. I actually never seen this watch in person, this exact same watch in person, until the day that I bought it. So there's a little story to it. Like I said, it was probably like October 5th or 6th that I decided this was my next watch. I just got to put a plug in for Gunderson's. Amazing store. They've got 5 locations: Minnesota, North Dakota, Iowa, South Dakota, and then Nebraska. And the customer service is great. You know, we've stopped in Sioux City and Sioux Falls, and they sent this watch to Omaha, even though I was, you know, I talked to both stores, and they, you know, everyone helped out. It's not like the people in Sioux Falls or Sioux City were like, well, we'd like you to buy it here. They just willingly, well, we know you have a sales professional that you like to use in Omaha, so we'll gladly send it there. So just a little plug. They're a great store. Highly recommend them. Like I've said already and earlier in this video, I am really honestly new to this because I just bought my first automatic watch a month ago. I'm still learning the brands. I'm still learning, you know, about movements and how they work and winding watches and keeping up with them and blah, 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 blah. So I've only been at this for about a month, but highly recommend the Seiko 5 Sports and the Tissot. Honestly, this is my favorite watch right now. Like I said, I know it's pretty popular, it's kind of a trend, but the movement here, let me get this in close here, the exhibition back. It's also got the butterfly clasp, which I really like. It's very comfortable and it looks really good, but there's the back. Oh yeah. Also, just throw this in here quick. This stand that these watches are on was made by me. Handmade by me here in Nebraska. Solid walnut. So there's that. And also the end table that these watches are sitting on was also made by me. If you didn't know, I'm a woodworker. Love working. Oh my goodness, I'm tripping over my words. Love working with my hands, but I know this video is probably kind of scattered a bit, and it didn't help that the camera was kind of messing up, so it kind of threw me for a loop. multiple times actually. But thank you for spending this time with me, and I'm glad that you wound up on my channel. You see that? I threw in a couple jokes there, dad jokes. There's gonna be more of those if I continue to make videos, which hopefully I will, as my collection grows and my knowledge grows. Thank you for tuning in to this video of my watch collection, as Mr. Wonderful would say, and hopefully I will see you on my next video. Hopefully there will be a next video as well. So, yeah, see you next time. I don't know what this was, but yeah, not bad, not bad. I should probably set the time on these other